Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Michael back with another video. And in this video, y'all may not see that I'm not that much of in a good mood. I'm tired. It was a long day at work. I mean, no one upset me or anything, but I'm just tired. I want to get this video out of the way. I want to talk about something with y'all for a quick second, guys. I'm not happy with for the past couple of days I haven't been happy with the Big 12, with Bob Bowlesby, with the office officials, with the board of trustees. Whoever reviews these plays and makes suspension calls is complete garbage. First off, I want to get off my chest. The committee is trash. TCU is deservedly number 8 or 7. How Miami goes from 2 to 7 after losing to a 3-9 football team is beyond me. It's beyond me. That's really all I have to say about the committee, guys. TCU should be in front of USC, Penn State, maybe Ohio State, definitely in front of Miami. So I guess that's my little tweaker of the college football playoff rankings. I want to get into Nick Orr's, the starting weak safety for TCU, suspension for the first half of the Big 12 championship game. First off, I'll admit that TCU and Nick Orr got off the hook and are lucky that it was only a first half suspension, because throwing punches in a football game, there's just no place for that. There's no place for that. Like I said, I was at the game. Those of y'all who watched my review of the Baylor and TCU game, I was there, and when I saw the fight happening, I mean, I was livid. I was livid. I mean, my goodness, just get out of it, get your teammates, and get back to the huddle. All this extra crap is just not necessary. I do think Nick Orr should have been suspended for the entire Big 12 championship game. I think Ross Blacklock should have been suspended for the first half of the game, and LJ Collier may be suspended for like the first quarter of the game. But luckily, I'm grateful that didn't happen. But that's the thing. The Big 12 is consistent at being bad at what they should be good at. Why that makes no sense to me is leading me up to Oklahoma, Lincoln Riley, and Baker Mayfield. So picture this, guys. A guy throws a punch and gets suspended for the first half of a championship game. Then a Heisman favorite quarterback is on the road. He grabs his crotch and curses out the opposing sideline while doing it. Then he curses out and taunts the opposing team's student section on national television. No coach went to him and talked to him about that. And there was no disciplinary handed down. No disciplinary whatsoever. Oh, Baker Mayfield he wasn't a captain? He didn't start the game? Oh my gosh. Boy, that's got to be the harshest punishment I've ever heard of. I mean, you don't get to play the first 2 plays of the game, but then you end up playing 60-plus plays. What do you learn from that? Anytime Lincoln Riley or Baker Mayfield can earn my respect, they will absolutely throw it down the drain. It amazes me how real the protecting the national branded school really is. Because anytime any player from Oklahoma does anything, they're not disciplined, they're not suspended, and nothing happens. There's no repercussions, nothing. Nothing whatsoever. because they're the darling of the Big 12? Because they're the poster child of the Big 12? What is that? I do not respect Lincoln Riley as a coach anymore. I don't. I don't respect Baker Mayfield as a quarterback, as anyone anymore. I just don't. I'm sorry if you Oklahoma fans don't like that. You TCU fans might agree with me. You regular football, Big 12 college football fans may agree with me, may not. But how are you helping? Before I make this comment, those of you that know me who have watched my previous videos know that I want to be a coach. It's my dream job to be a coach in the future. And yes, you love the game of football. You want to help players perfect their craft, get to where they want to go, college, pros, whatever the case may be. But one thing that is very underrated when it comes to coaching is helping young men grow up. In high school, in college, the great coaches grow kids up. And that is something Bob Stoops never did. That's something that Lincoln Riley is not doing. And that is something that Urban Meyer has always done, Gary Patterson has always done, Jimbo Fisher has always done, although I don't think he really did much with Jameis Winston. Who else? Nick Saban has done it. I think I already said it with him. Jim Harbaugh has done it. Whatever the case may be. And growing a kid up is almost priority number one in coaching. Besides wins and losses, yes, it's still a business, still your job. It's your job to make results happen and be successful. But life lessons, growing up and maturing, that's when I think about that, I'm like, wow, I do want to help young people grow up. Help young boys grow into men. And what I see, how Lincoln Riley carries this program, how Baker Mayfield carries himself, is pathetic and embarrassment and is disrespectful to all the greats that came before those men at Oklahoma. I mean, my goodness. Baker Mayfield gets arrested and flees from the police in Fayetteville, Arkansas. He can grab his damn crotch, for crying out loud, curse out the opposing sideline while doing it. He can taunt and curse out the opposing team's student section on national television, video evidence. Big 12 doesn't do anything. Lincoln Riley doesn't do anything. The athletic director of Oklahoma doesn't do anything. What the hell is going on? How are we helping this young man grow up? There's a reason why these antics keep happening. Because, trust me, Baker, if you would have gotten that scholarship to TCU, you wouldn't be acting like the jackass that you are. You wouldn't be. Because Gary Patterson will put that stuff in check. He would. Without a dang doubt. He doesn't put up with that crap. Like he said, with Nick Orr, oh yeah, he should definitely be suspended. But his thing is, Big 12, be consistent. Which they're not, of course. We all know that. They're horrible. And it still blows my mind how a guy can get thrown to the ground, kicked in his stomach, get up and defend himself. Now, I'm not saying what Nick Orr did was right. He did, like I said in the video, he definitely should have been suspended for the entire game. But when you go with that towards what Baker did, he doesn't get touched. What the hell are we doing with young people these days? We're not letting people grow up. We're letting people act like children. You don't act like a damn jackass on national television. Yeah, you may think Kansas is not all that much. It doesn't matter. You respect your damn opponent. But no, Baker Mayfield has no integrity for the game, no respect for his own damn self. I love this quote by Herm Edwards. The name on the back of your damn jersey is not yours. It belongs to your damn parents. So represent it right. But no, you make your parents look bad, your grandparents look bad, your whole family look bad. Acting like a damn fool. But no, Lincoln Riley's just going to sit there and be like, oh well, he'll win the Heisman, they'll get over it. It's okay. I'm cool. Hey, Baker, don't do that. But when you're done, go give me a touchdown. That's it. But then Lincoln Riley wants to say, oh, Gary Patterson's team was coming through our warm-ups and Nico Small just happened to get pegged in the head by a football by Baker Mayfield. I saw that video. Baker Mayfield knew what he was doing. He knew who he was throwing that at. He knew who he was aiming it at. And he knew what he was doing. That is complete and utter bullcrap from Baker Mayfield and Lincoln Riley trying to defend themselves on that because it's clearly obvious. And again, no punishment. What do you know? But Lincoln Riley says, you know what? I think it's time for me to step up as a head coach. I think I need to take a hold of this program and this quarterback, Baker Mayfield. You will not be a captain, and you will sit out the first 2 plays of the game. That's your punishment. What the hell did that do? What exactly did that do? My goodness. He learned his dang lesson. If Baker Mayfield, like I said, was at TCU and he did that, he wouldn't have had to worry about the refs kicking him out because Gary Patterson would have ripped his helmet off and sent him to the damn locker room for acting the way he acted. There is no place for that. And time again, I lose respect for these men. I just lose it. It's what Kevin Sumlin failed with Johnny Manziel, and look where Johnny Manziel is. He acted like a fool. He was a complete child when he had all the talent in the world. And I even think Baker Mayfield is a better mobile, decision maker, playmaker, quarterback than Johnny Manziel. But Lincoln Riley lets him act the way he acts. Their AD lets him act the way he acts. His teammates obviously let him act the way he acts. I mean, really? For you TCU fans that weren't aware in the offseason, and especially you Oklahoma fans, Kevontae Turpin sat out spring ball last year because Gary Patterson said he needed to mature and start worrying about the team instead of his own individual stats. So he did not take a snap in spring ball. And he had to work himself back in fall camp, which he eventually did. So he has become more about the team than himself. That's why I admire Gary Patterson. Not only is he a defensive genius, but he is all about class, growing men up, and making his players grow up and respect the game of football and play with class. Just like he said with the Baylor fight, you can have rivalry games, but all that is not necessary. All that fighting, punching, pushing is not necessary. It's just not. And that's why I believe Baker Mayfield is the next Johnny Manziel. He's the next unbelievable talent, Heisman Trophy winner, who eventually becomes nothing in the NFL. Starts working, making good money with the degree he got, and so forth and so on. So, I'm sorry for this little rant, guys. I had to get it off my chest. I just hate when players act like that. I hate it. Even when some guys like TCU, Ben Banneker has done it this year, Traven Howard's done it, Kyle Hicks has done it, John Diarse has done it, and I've gotten onto them all. There's no place for that crap. Make the play, do what you got to do, win the ball game. If you win, great. If you lose, learn from it, move on. It's that simple. You know? Because as a coach, of course, you want them to succeed. But don't let them act like a jackass anytime they want. Really? That's why, that's the biggest thing for me. I would never allow my players to act like that. Never. Never in my life. If I let that happen, I'll probably resign. If I ever let that happen, even with my own kids, when I get them, they will never act like that. They're going to act with respect. They're going to have class. They're going to have integrity. They're going to have respect for those that came before them. Goes for my future football players too. That's just something Baker Mayfield does not get. That's something that Lincoln Riley does not get. That's something that Bob Stoops never got. So, no, I don't respect the University of Oklahoma for letting this stuff happen. I don't respect Lincoln Riley for not taking action. I don't respect Baker Mayfield for never learning. I don't respect for the AD for not stepping in and saying, look, Lincoln Riley, you need to step up. You need to do this. You need to do that. Or even bringing Baker Mayfield into his offense himself. I'm going to go ahead and let it be that for that video, guys. I hope TCU absolutely throttles Oklahoma. They are definitely motivated. Let's just hope for the best possible outcome, guys. Good luck to Oklahoma. Hope you fans that are traveling down from Oklahoma anywhere, safe trip. Good luck to you. Let's go Frogs.